and Maggie from M&R here. Today we are in Siloam Springs, Arkansas, visiting our friends over at TC Screen Printing and Apparel. Let's go. Woo. Well, I'm not wearing the right pants for this, but hey, Tyler. How are you?
That's the kick. That's the kick. We did the kick.
OG. We did it.
And clap.
Hey guys, we're here with Tyler today. He's going to show us his new facility.
New place. I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here. Bigger and better?
Yeah, well, bigger for sure. I don't know if it's better, but we'll find out today.
It is better, of course. It's always better. You're always better. Tyler, tell me about this expansion you got here.
So the biggest thing for us moving to this new building was just great space for our people. So having as much space as possible. The old space, our whole office area was a few hundred square feet with like 10 people just piled on top of each other. It was not fun. It was it was fun, but it got old real fast. So now we've got offices set aside, which is nice. So I've got an office. Allison, my wife who runs the company, she has an office. We've got project management space back here. We've got some hang space in the middle. We do some client meetings and product meetings out here. Maggie took a nap here earlier. It's very important to note. We've got space for our logistics team, our outdoor brands team. I can show you down here. We have conference rooms now, which we don't use that often, but it is so nice to have a space when it's like 3 or 4 of us want to get together, but have some privacy. Like we have space for that now. So we've got the green room, we've got the orange room, and then this is my favorite room with our designer here.
The fart team.
The fart team, as they have called. So we got Eric back here, we've got Kyle over here. This is the art department. So super nice, bright space.
Very bright,
we're
very
happy
clean.
to have this space for them. Going back through here, I mean, the bathroom's not that important. Important in the VIP. It's important, but like we don't need to show that on the thing. No, so we've got great space in here for people to hang out. Coffee bar, espresso machine, full kitchen. So we do team dinners here, team meals as often as we can.
Wow, that's family here.
It's not every week, but it's nice to do it. Or I like to do meetings where I will cook and talk to people, and I enjoy that. So
and with your mouth full.
With my mouth full, talk straight all over. Yeah. So this place has like tons of great natural light. You know, it was dank, dark, old offices when we took it over. It was abandoned for about 10 years, and we got to take it and we said our goal with this place was screen printing company happens upon abandoned industrial warehouse. And like, that's what we were going for, and we did. So it's all that way. So let's walk back this way. This is a great space that we meet with clients, idea a little bit. Where's Peter? There he is.
Peter.
There's Peter.
Wake up. Don't nap anymore.
Clients come in here. They can see work that we've done for other people. A variety of different, yeah, absolutely. A variety of different garments from our favorite vendors. We've got a bunch of stuff from S&S up here. Our friends at Sandmar were kind enough to stock us up with a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, mountain biking.
Look at these buttes.
It's pretty fun. Yeah, so the nicest thing about here is we can take samples, spread them out on the table. People can get a good idea of everything that we can offer them, all of the different ideas. They can get in here and get creative with us. Yeah. Because it's really easy to tell clients what you think they should do. It's better to do it alongside this.
Yeah, I like that. And they have the visuals, and people are
nice,
touchy
clean
people.
Yep.
Feel everything.
And it's all like color accurate, gallery lit lighting. So
beautiful.
This is kind of no man's land. There's not much great in here, but connected directly to our ink mixing room, so they can come out here and grab things for reference, going to the ink mixing room. So this is our embroidery and sewing department. We're teamed up with the folks at Tajima. Our buddies at Hirsch set us up with all this great equipment. And then we've got sewing. So we do a lot of like finish work. So yeah, lots of sewn on tags.
You have 16 heads, you said?
16 heads of embroidery, 4 sewing machines. In the next year, we're expanding to 40 heads, and I think something like 6 machines. So there's things coming down the pipe, which we're excited about.
Doing big things.
Yeah.
TC doing big things.
Trying. This is the hat room with the lights bad in here. Just a bunch of hats.
Blanks?
Yeah. So we do, since we do all of that merchandising for mountain biking, so we sell about 3,000 hats a month through that. So that is like just constantly turning over product.
Lots, a lot of blue in here.
Lots of blue in here. This is the big show. Welcome to the big show. This is our digital production department, so Shannon runs that. We've got the Brother GTXs. We also run some rolling equipment, so we do stickers, we do banners. We're not a sign company, but we can do all of kind of your like event-specific POP stuff. Yeah.
So, tell me about your equipment here.
So, I mean, we're clearly Team Blue. Clearly part of the Blue crew. We absolutely love everything M&R does for us as a company.
We love you.
Oh, well, we appreciate that. So we've got the greatest. I didn't get it changed. So it's the Cobra TSE. We call it the King Cobra. Missed
Cobra.
opportunity M&R. King Cobra.
King Cobra.
It's the King Cobra, not the TSE. So we've got the dual heat zone dryer. I don't know why anybody would buy any other dryer other than the price. It's not cheap, but we love the dual heat zone dryer. Absolutely worth it. Sprint 3000 over here. A 6.8 Sportsman, a 10-12 Sportsman. We absolutely love this equipment. Like, it is fantastic.
Banging them out.
They're busy today.
Busy
we've got a lot going on. We're pretty excited to be busy this time of year. It's usually quieter, but there's a little bit happening while you're here today. We also stored up 2 weeks worth of work to look really busy when you're here.
These guys need a 2-week break now.
Everybody's real tired. This being the newest thing here, this was part of our expansion when we moved over. So there was the budget of not only a new building, but knowing when we wanted to get into heavier equipment, higher color counts. The Cobra TSE is fantastic.
Speaking of color counts, like what you guys are normally do high color counts, or
I mean, we were running 7 and 8 colors on our 10-color Sportsman, but now running that on a Cobra is just so much easier. Yeah, it's a 1416, and it handles everything we throw at it. The flat indexing is amazing. Every little thing about it, the membrane switches versus like having to resolder if something goes out, like it's great.
Good. I'm
it's
happy.
great.
I'm happy for you guys.
Good. It keeps you guys employed.
Keeps going.
It keeps you kicking. Yeah, and Sprint 3000 dual heat zone is. I wish I had 2 of them. So come into the dark room.
So this is the dark room where the magic happens.
This is the screen room. It is literally just a greenhouse from Harbor Freight that we put in here because we need to control temperature and humidity. So right now there's probably 100 screens or so in here. We can fit about 200 in here before it gets crowded. This is our very clean Unicoat. Super clean Unicoat M&R.
No dust.
No dust. Dust is the enemy in the screen room. And we've got our M&R iMage S over here. Cranking out screens all day. They're done for the day. They do most of our imaging in the mornings.
In the mornings.
So they prep everything in the mornings, and then this pretty much stays put.
You made some big investments in automation here.
I mean, we've done a lot in automation. A lot of that happened in 2020 when we just wanted to make sure our process was really crisp and clean because there was the chance we were not going to have people to work here. So for us, automation has been about consistency. There is money savings involved when you automate, but also just overall our automation has made our people happier. So we've got the Eco Rinse here. We use a lot less water than we do to develop screens now. So we saw our iMage for computer to screen doing screens. We've got the Unicoat for coding screens. So everything we do makes a more consistent product, which makes it more consistent out here. We also have invested in Blue Water screen reclamation system. We love it now because nobody hates reclaiming screens now. It gets the chemicals out of their faces. It's more efficient. They're not getting gross. They're literally putting dirty screens in one end, clean out the other.
Now they're fighting over to do this job.
No one's fighting over it. But no one, I mean, before I was like, you got to go clean screens. And I was like getting someone pumped up. Like,
just, you can do it. You can do it.
We need 40 screens. Come on. And now they can knock this out in a matter of a couple hours.
Tyler, you've never told me about how you started TC.
It's a lot of clapping. We started TC back in 2010 in Southern California. We were in a 1-car garage, which is in Southern California, that's not even enough space to park a garage. And then we moved over to the back, an old paint spray booth on the back of an auto body shop. I think it was his chop shop. They rented us their back spray booth. And then we moved into our first 1,200 square foot warehouse. We also at that time opened a location in Arkansas, where I was from originally. And then a couple years later, or about a year later, sold the California division of our company to a friend of ours out there. He actually ran it for 10 years up until just a few months ago where he retired.
Wow.
So we're excited for him on that. And then we moved here. We moved to a 2,400 square foot building. We're like, this is all we'll need. This is great. And it wasn't. And then we moved into a 7,000 square foot building.
Yeah.
We were like, this is all we need. This is great. And on the first day we moved in, our art director Kyle said, our creative director Kyle said, this isn't going to be enough space, man. I was like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. 6 months later, we were out of space, and that was back in that would have been like 2018 or so. And then we knew we needed to expand, then COVID hit, things got a little crazy, as it did for everybody. We bought land, but the cost of building went up and up and up. So all of a sudden we owned land that we couldn't afford to build on, and we had looked at this building before, and we knew that this building had been abandoned for about 10 years. It was in pretty rough shape. It's a lot better now than it was. And so I went back to my team and I said, hey, we can make this work. And not just that this building will like serve us well, like we will be able to get creative and expand and grow here, and this will be our home for a very long time. So you guys today saw about 30,000 square feet of it.
Yeah.
We have a total of 60,000 square feet under this building that we can grow into if we want to or not, right? We've got the space. Right now I've got a buddy running a Porsche shop out of the back that we rented to. So we're helping other people's dreams happen, which we're very excited about.
Start somewhere.
Giving them bro deals on rent, right? Making it work. So no, we will be expanding into the second warehouse here after the first of the year. But, then we have a whole nother 10,000 square foot building on the back of the property that we could expand into if we ever need to. So this really feels like home. It feels like home for a very long time. If the business gets bigger than this building, I don't want to own it. Like, the most we'll add screen print wise, we'd love to add another Cobra TSE or a Gauntlet for either way with a DS. But for now, that's what this is going to look like for us. And I think we're at a spot where we can provide great jobs, invest in the latest technology and equipment as much as possible for M&R, and just keep growing as a company and keep our people happy and healthy. That's what we're after.
The $1 million question: what does TC stand for? I'm totally kidding.
T-shirt company. It's Tyler Carroll.
I know.
We were terribly uncreative. Like when we were naming it, it was all these goofy names, and we all know the goofy names, and we didn't want to do the goofy names. And my wife's just like, just do TC. It'll work.
It does. It's good.
It has worked. It's fun when I introduce because I'm like, I am the TC of TC.
I am TC.
But Allison runs this place. I just hang out with her. Allison is amazing. My wife. So she is the CEO. She runs the operation of this place. She knows the ins and outs. She gets a whole bunch of the credit for what happens here, and I like to make sure people know that. It's important. The folks at M&R treat her super well when we're in house, and we love that. So
yeah, that's awesome. All right, Tyler at TC, who is your customer base? What's your market?
Oh man, so our customers we're way more diversified than we were pre-2020. So we were heavy in events. Now we're heavy in merchandising, both for events and for companies. So we're heavy in cycling in the outdoor space in general. We have quite a bit in coffee and beer, so beverage, not so much food, but heavy in bev, which is fun.
Heavy bevy.
Heavy bevies. We also do quite a bit of work for shows you've heard of, like American Dad, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers, different clients of ours.
That's Bob's Burgers.
The Tina. Yeah. The Tina dance, yes. So we have a lot of different clients that we serve. Some of our clients we get to go out and work at San Diego Comic-Con with every year, which is super fun. Get to know a lot of neat people that way, and that just brings on more good clients. So we're getting clients in the tiki space. We've got a really cool client named Jeff Granito, and who has become a good friend of ours, but also does all this great artwork in like the Disney space and the Fox.
Yeah.
He's just a good guy. And we get to know fun people. So
you are probably the first shop that I haven't seen in band merch.
We don't do a lot of band. Now we do band merch to some degree. We support several bands, like when they're out on tour, we'll ship them product, but we're not heavy in bands. I was in a band, like as is the story of like
everybody.
Half of our friends, right?
Everybody.
But no, we don't. We're not heavy in the band space. Heavy in the brands. Not as much bands. But we do love the bands that we work with. Yeah. It's super fun. Capable of doing a lot of neat stuff. There's a few record labels that we work with, and I guess we do merch for them for their artists, but we don't work directly with a lot of artists, no.
Tyler, what makes TC so special?
So special are we believe in taking care of our people. We believe in taking care of our customers. But no, people say a lot about that. We were doing $15 an hour before it was sexy. Now it's we've moved past that. So our people make a livable wage here in Northwest Arkansas. They have an environment they come to where they're safe, where they're accepted. Everybody's welcome here. And I know that that is also something that seems hot to say, but that's been us for the last 14 years. And if you ask me what makes us special, everybody says the people, but our people are what makes this place special. But we also love the people that we take care of.
Yeah, and you can tell, you can feel it walking through here and meeting everyone.
It's a comfortable place. So.
High five. Well, Tyler, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming out today. It was super fun.
Official Blue Crew squeegee. Don't use it to print.
The real deal. No, I'm gonna frame this. Put it in a shadow box over my desk.
Love it. Love that for you.
Thank you so much. We love having you guys here.
We love you guys.
Glad you finally got to come
I know,
here.
We've
been talking about it for a while.
I know.
So.
But I do have a question.
What's the
question? I have to frickin' find Peter. Sorry, I swore a little bit. Frickin' find.
I gotta frickin' find Peter.
Dude, I gotta find Peter.
Has been in and out of everything. Everybody knows Peter here now, and they did not at the end of the day.
He's making coffees earlier and
making
stuff.
coffee, making a bunch of noise. He likes to froth milk, oddly enough. I think he's back there somewhere.
Okay, come help me because he's my ride home.
He's okay. Gotta get him home.
He's the pilot.
Did we let him drive?
Yeah. Peter.
Peter.
Pizza.
Oh, Peter, get out of it.
Peter,
on, man.
Stop.
We gotta get you out of here,
You're a child.
We
found Peter, guys.
Peter's a child. Oh.
The new receptionist. Love it.
Peter's.
Hey guys, welcome to TC. Action.
This room reminds me of the Batman Begins movie where they have his underground lair and they the lights all go.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get them to do the lights like that in here. Apparently, it's very expensive.